It's obvious in 2014 that social media has changed the way that we communicate. Many believe we are all connected by 6 mutual friends on Facebook. In fact, if Facebook was a country, it would be considered the 3rd largest in the world. But with everyone plugged into their tablets and mobile devices, have we begun to neglect the world in front of us? When assessing the current social media landscape, it is important to acknowledge that there have been significant changes just within the last 5 years.
Social media has changed radically over the last 5 years. People moved away from email to more texting. They're giving up on Facebook in favor of things like Snapchat. Dating sites like Tinder are coming in, which are replacing the eHarmony. So it's big changes very quickly. There are good and bad things about this stuff. There's something called the Tinder effect that people are worried about now, that you never want to get into a relationship because you have so many other choices all the time, right?
The growth of social media goes beyond our communication between friends and finding romantic partners. It has also become a valuable way to connect students to people and resources that they otherwise may not have access to.
I think the social media sites I use the most are probably Facebook and Twitter, the most popular ones. And I just mainly use it to stay connected with my friends and my family. And even as a journalism major, I use it a lot for my stories when I want to talk to somebody and I need a source. I think it used to be difficult before trying to find people, but now it's become a lot easier to find the sources that I'm looking for because I can just look it up, find their information. I can find them on Facebook most of the time. And that's mainly what I use these social media sites for.
In some ways, social media has increased our connectedness to each other. But what about the people we meet every day? Is the social media generation actually as social as we think we are?
When I'm on an elevator, like I said, I usually do look at my phone and I'm on Facebook and I ignore the people around me. And I feel like I do that a lot, and I don't do it on purpose. It's just I'm so used to just looking at my phone, picking it up, and looking to see what's up, and then I feel like I'm not connected to the people around me. But in another way, I can stay connected to people in other places that I would normally not be able to talk to, like my friends from high school that are in different colleges and different universities. I don't think I would be able to talk to them as much if I was just calling them on the phone as I can now. I know what they're up to and I know what they're doing.
Social media has altered the way in which we share information and to whom we share with, transcending traditional barriers once imposed by time and space.
Younger people especially are gravitating to social media. We're not as tied to time and place. You can communicate in different ways. You can communicate with people who are more likely, who may not be in your geographic region. But I think more importantly, I think it gives us a way to communicate, oftentimes one to many, oftentimes as ways to solicit feedback, oftentimes it's just a way to keep a diary. Even if no one's listening, it's just putting your own thoughts down.
As we increase the amount of information we share with others, new problems come to light, such as the loss of privacy and the inability to take back regretful postings.
There is no real privacy, but you guys have figured out how to deal with that. You've accepted that. The other thing is there's no forgetfulness, and that's more difficult in some ways. Privacy, everyone understands. You make a trade-off, right, for privacy. You put anything on Facebook, everyone's going to see it. You have no privacy, accept it, assume it. The forgetfulness is the more interesting one, since anything you do in social media can be brought back to you 25 years ago. That's different than my generation. It's different than other groups' history. First time we've had no forgetfulness.
Despite some of the drawbacks, the social media age has granted TV viewers the opportunity to stay plugged into a network of people around the world from the comfort of their couches. Experts have begun to research this phenomenon and have named it the double screen effect.
From Monday Night Football, which is where it kind of started, the idea of kind of enhanced television where you're watching TV, but then you have your computer or your laptop or your smartphone with you as a way to more deeply engage in content. There's now networks that literally have apps that you can sync with what's happening on the screen, so it picks up on literally the moment in the TV show, and it knows it's synced. If it hears something in the background, it'll pull certain things up on your screen. So it's about this kind of richer experience that we get when we're using both the television and the second device.
Whether users are looking to enhance their experience while watching their favorite TV show, or for a safe arena to discuss controversial political issues, social media offers an interface. As social media grows and changes, so does the way in which we communicate. We must be careful to avoid allowing social media to divide us into secular networks of followers or friends lists. We have to remember that as humans, we are naturally social, and what distinguishes us is our ability to care, feel, and build relationships. Though social media allows us to share information in ways that we might have never dreamed of, our screens cannot substitute for the connection that we feel to another human being when engaging in person.